Hello there, dear viewer. It is I, the sexiest black YouTuber in existence, and I'm here to tell you a story about a man, a very self-proclaimed smart man, a man who when he speaks, he thinks he's saying the wisest of things, but when you listen to him, you understand that he sounds like an utter buffoon. And I quote, "If you want to show a genuine liberal, show someone who took on other stigma before their cause became fashionable." And in response, a woman replies, that would be you, James, and of course Ray. And in response, the very intelligent man decided to retort a very simplistic idea that would break the foundation of American history. And I quote, "I can be out as gay only because others took on my stigma. Passing it forward, I feel I must." That's why I think pedophilia and all other stigmatized sexualities people are born with does belong in GLBTQA+. All else is hypocrisy. Allying with the already popular isn't liberalism. Nope. Nada. No way. Nope. Funky. Not gonna happen. Don't allow. Don't condone. Don't want it to exist. Don't want it to be a thing that's accepted in any group, because nobody could really sit there and try to tell me that somebody who's a grown adult that thinks about boinking children is somebody that needs to be in a group full of people that just want to be respected. And I understand people are confused and hate the idea of calling somebody by pronouns. I get that makes people uncomfortable. I get it's something about grammar. I get that when you see people say, "Oh, I'm demon-esque, Z, X, Zer, and ka," it's confusing and it's annoying, but at least you could say that in a respectful manner. At least you could say, "Hey, I'm either not gonna do it in a respectful manner, I would love to know your name," or, "Hey, the alternative, maybe we just don't talk to each other ever again, because if I'm gonna have such a problem, maybe we shouldn't be people who have conversation," which is acceptable and respectable. But to try to make it a thing to where are considered a part of the LGBTQIA LMNOP type community is nonsensical and also creepy as all hell, because that makes it seem like the people who are already a part of that movement are aligned with being attracted to children. And I know that there are a few individuals who rep certain flags that are sickos that like to prey on children. And guess what? My response to all of you that do that: fuck you, because you're a creep, you're a perv, and you're a pedophile. There's no two ways about that. I get that you want to be accepted. I get that you wake up in this world and you think and you see and you hope that one day people will accept you as what you are deep inside. I'm here to let you know, never gonna happen, because that is fucking creepy. It's not fair. We've been stigmatized. We're being made fun of. We're being treated unfairly. We just want to be a part of the LGBTQ community. We see the work you guys are doing. We see that you're trying to get these racist, cisgendered, homophobic, transphobic white men to respect you. And we see you're doing the work, and all we want to do is join. We feel as though we're being stigmatized and hated against, and we feel objectified and hurt and bullied and insulted. We just want to join you. Okay, what are you? What's your sexuality? What are you bringing to our noble cause in order to get respect? Well, I'm attracted to minors.
Burn it with fire.
This is what happens when you don't tell people no, when you don't challenge people, or when you don't outright say that their idea is the dumbest thing they can think of. They come back with even stupider ideas. They come back thinking that, hey, they might have been okay with this, so let me amp it up. Let me get more of my friends. Let me get more people who think like me in on this conversation. And maybe, just maybe, with a little bit of push and a little bit of courage and the right amount of insults and buzzwords to make people feel uncomfortable for hating on us and what we love, we can be accepted by the society. We can be loved by everybody. We could be well-respected human beings that just think about the random little kid playing basketball in the park and jerking off to it. We could be on panels talking about our experiences and how we grew up and how we think and how it's okay to be grown adults thinking about diddling children. We could even go to schools and talk about this and normalize it and make it a thing to to where people who are kids grow up and they have all these desires and they don't have to feel ashamed. They don't have to feel confused. They don't have to feel disgusted, because we will be here in order to let you know it's okay and we love you. No, that is creepy. That is not something that needs to be accepted. And myself, the sexiest black YouTuber you've ever seen, will stand alone in saying, yeah, all y'all that do that, all y'all that think like that, all y'all that want to be accepted by a community, you don't need to be accepted by a community. You should be shamed, shunned, and insulted, because any grown adult having any attraction sexually to a child is creepy, is pervy, and if you act on that, you're a pedophile. This is not a means to say, oh my God, the stigma, oh my God, we're being hated against, and how dare you sit there and say this? We just want to be accepted. I'm not going to accept you particularly, specifically, because of that. Because that, in my heart and my morals, is a no-no. I don't care who you are. Black, white, Asian, Indonesian, transgender. You do that, you attracted to children, and you're a grown adult. Fuck you, you creepy ass bastard. It's like the dude I talked about a few weeks ago that tried to compare being attracted to kids and trying to get in the act of it and trying to figure out, oh, what's morally wrong with it and why is it something that we deem as wrong, to a kid being forced to participate in a bar mitzvah or going to a funeral or going to school. When you talk like this and you're trying to make it normal, you don't sound smart. You sound creepy. You sound dumb. You sound like somebody who's okay with that happening to somebody else's kid, but you'd be caused to pause if it happened to your own. If that is the way you want to go about that, then that's scummy behavior. Because how are you going to sit there and say, oh, it's fine, I don't see a problem, it's just like forcing a kid to go here and forcing a kid to go there. Hey, little Jimmy, let me force this body part into your ear. It's like, how are you going to sit there and say that? But inside, if somebody were to do it to your own offspring, you'd have a problem with that. And if you're going to sit there and say, I wouldn't have a problem whatsoever, call CPS immediately. I don't care what y'all call me. Never in my life. I'm 22 years old. From the day I was born to as I grew up in life to now to the day I'm old with my pot belly, crusty toenails, and still being the sexiest black man y'all ever met, I will never accept pedos as the normal in society. I will never accept somebody who's a grown adult looking at a little kid and thinking in their head, let me go spray tan something real quick, because it's creepy. It's morally corrupt. And in your mind, if you think that's okay, you yourself, if you watching this think, oh my God, Leon, you're such a hater. How come you're not accepting? How come you're not valuing another person's beliefs and sexualities? Thinking about having sex with children is not a sexuality. It's fucking pedophilia. Subscribe to the channel. Goodbye.